Hello, so this is pretty much the build that I used from level 1 to level and completed the game with. So started with Arcane Missile that you have from the beginning of the game, then I took this one that doesn't use mana when you cast it if you're below 40, well it's higher on level 1, but when you upgrade it, so you can pretty much spam, and then together with this Arcane Commander you can spam clones and spam a lot of missiles without using mana, but I'll get to that later. So that's the first selection. The second selection is Arcane Missile has chance to cast 2 remnants, that's bonus damage. Then Clone that casts Arcane Missile so you can run around. Remnants have chance to apply time lock, so it's kind of like a stun, and then enemies under time lock take delayed damage. And this last one is like just bonus damage. For the second ability you can use whatever until you unlock Orb of the Arcane Master. I used Rift Nova a lot with Remnant that you cast it 2 times, then increased area, and I forgot what else. And there was this like a freeze for projectiles, but it didn't actually do that much damage, but it was fine at the beginning, so you can just use whatever, and then when you unlock Orb of the Arcane Master, immediately switch to it. So this first selection, I want my projectiles from Arcane Missile to fork, so I have fork chance, and then that works together. Here you have increased damage based on your fork chance. The second one is 10% critical strike chance for each Arcanic emblem, and because these are both Arcanic, you will have 3 of them, and then that's 30% increased critical chance. Then minus cooldown, so I use this one because on my items and everything like this is super high the mastery, so this cooldown works minus 37, but you can kinda use this second selection if you don't have high mastery on Arcane Missiles. Then for this selection, plus bonus like 5 projectiles, like does less damage, but I think it's worth for 5 projectiles. Like maybe like these others are usable, maybe like, but I'm just used to like a lot of projectiles. And then this last one, it just becomes super large, hits enemies so many times, like guy you cast it in the whole screen. Let me show you, like this is insane. Oh, it's bonus effect with like this legendary plus 4 projectiles, but it can clear the whole screen. It's very powerful. And for this support skill, I used this time warp. All of 3 of them are usable, except like you don't actually use the support skills. Maybe this blink, you can get critical and stuff here and elemental damage. And then the most important one was when you take more than 10% of your health, it immediately resets the blink, so you can kind of blink out of danger. But with legendary items and their effects, you don't really get the danger. You negate those potential deaths, so you don't really need time warp later. Ball of Omen, again, it had some useful stuff. Oh, I even forgot to remove these, like it's not a lot of slum. But again, like placing this wall like with lots of enemies around you is kind of worthless, not using. And yeah, so the most useful one is Arcane Commander, but again, I don't use the actual skill, I use the effects, because you get 1 additional clone selection here, and then there was 1 additional here, right? Here it's like increased damage based on projectile damage reduction that you get on items, and you don't have enough, you should have more. Critical strike chance, cooldown reduction, 10% chance to be time locked when enemy hits you. So these I took because these 2 other options are not that great, and then I spam my clones next to the enemies anyway, and then I have a lot of on-hit effects. set this like an inner fire around bonus forks, and then what was this? You restore mana whenever you lose life. Speaking of those on-hit effects in Ancestral Legacy, well, you don't have to pay attention on this early on, you only unlock it a bit later, but I went to this path of light. You can see this attack speed, penetration, magic find, fragments find, then this is life and mana on hit. This one is very good. Then this shield spawns randomly after each few seconds depending what you do. Then you imbue your attacks with light, and then they have chance to apply debuffs, and then you do bonus damage with this aura if enemies have debuff, and then this one is like way later after you complete this like Adam trials too. I took bonus projectiles. So right now for the stats I have magic find gear, so don't mind these magic ones. What you should have on your item is life, potentially life or mana on hit, but even that on Ancestral Legacy is enough. Then raw damage percentage. Raw damage percentage is not highlighted even when you select this, so that's kind of tricky. You have to pay attention of it. Then critical strike chance damage, ancestral strike chance damage, maybe armor penetration. For defense only evasion, and you can also have projectile damage reduction that works together with this orb. And additional projectiles you don't really get. I just selected it, but fog chance, you need a lot of fog chance. And then try to balance them out. For ultimatum, I obviously use this one for experience until I got level 100, but other than that, I guess only this one for area damage reduction is useful. Others stats are too low and you cannot really upgrade them too much. For runes, I have this like a default one for bonus projectiles, then this one on killed enemies activation, right? And then for enhancement, I have this that stores the charges so I can activate it whenever I want. And for the Slorm Reapers, it depends what kind of content you're doing. So this first one for raw damage is usable. Then this Big Fury stuff is also usable. Skill master gain, this is gonna help you master your abilities, right? So that's also usable. Additional projectiles, this one is also usable. Like, depends what you drop. So you can use kind of any of these. This one has this spectral shape ability that, so for example, it works together with these clones. You cast the clones, then you go in this spectral shape, and then you cannot be hit or targeted, but it has 10 seconds cooldown, but for the 7 seconds you cannot be hit. So that's also very usable. You can use also this evasion one slightly defensively. You can go invisible, but if you deal damage, you leave invisibility, so that's not that good. What else here? I used this one a lot. It spawns corpses that you can explode for damage, but now that I know more, it's not actually that good. This one may be usable. Raw damage, elemental damage, this one is usable. Pierce and fork, this one is usable. This next one with fork chance is usable. This one with meters, not really. This one with projectile skills, armor penetration. Okay, this one is also usable. This one is the best, so this is one of the options for clear. For just going around clearing, farming, because it can send your projectiles through the wall so you can kill enemies. If you're like in a map that's shaped like a labyrinth, your projectiles can kill enemies like on the whole screen and behind the screens. You can just loot them later. You don't really have to pay attention on the death effects of the monsters. Like this one is really good. It's like stuff of the spider nest. Life region of love, this one not that good. This one not either. Here I don't think anything is really usable. increase damage. Okay, so this one, deadly accuracy. So this has armor penetration, but you can see that because we have a lot of on-hit effects, and together with this like light on Ancestral, this like legacy, we can also apply this armor penetration, and then this one also applies trauma, and then whenever you apply armor break on enemy that's affected by trauma, you deal 25% of the enemy's current life as kill damage. This works on bosses, so it can delete the boss's 25% like instantly, right? And if enemy does not have regeneration, you can kill it super fast with this. But if enemy does have regeneration, then you can use this for damage to elites. And what's next? Not really. This one, on this last page, this first one basically works together with its copies and copies of it on other characters. It's not really usable unless played other characters. And other than that, so this one, Slorm find, if you need Slorm find and Gold find, and then when you max these two, they combine into this one, and then this one gives you both Slorm and Gold find. This one is good if you want to farm, and then you have these ones with resistances that you're gonna need if you struggle with the effects in Netherworld. So yeah, fire, ice, lightning, light, and shadow. These two get after completing the game. So this is when you kill all the warlords in Netherworld. This one is when you kill the last boss. You cannot count on these two. So what I'm missing, right? Attributes. So it's either savagery or fury. You can combine those two. This is for more damage, savagery. Fury is for more evasion, crit, or like wolf speed. And I use bravery right now only because of magic find, but don't use this. Okay, now to see this build in action, I'm just gonna go to battlefield at Vrat 10. Like, I don't even know if I can, probably yes. So you just spam 3 clones. If you have this like a legendary that can have additional clone, then you can use it. Then you can just run around and clones do the job. So they usually don't cast projectiles all around it. This is because of legendary effects of bonus projectiles. And then you have this aura, right? You turn on your aura for bonus damage, and then from time to time you just use this orb to clear the screen. So now because of magic find and like not properly like nether items, I don't think I can do that, or maybe I could. And also this like a Slorm I use, this one doesn't really have damage, it needs lots of kills before you can do any damage, but yeah, so that's how it works. Okay, I guess that's all. So yeah.